Well, Jake, I feel like I should ask you when we start this episode up of podcast 46. I feel like the first question I should ask you is, do you have any tricks up your sleeve?
No, I'm currently wearing a t-shirt, so I don't really have very long sleeves or anything in which I could hide, really.
Yeah.
I just got my bulging vascular forearms. That's all I have to look at.
Just my gigantic fucking biceps, bro.
Absolutely jacked. I am an arm wrestling champion, just like Tyson Bagent's father.
I keep forget. I think that's so funny. Every time they go to him, like they'll bring it up every time he's on the broadcast. That is a specific type of psycho that
Dude, oh yeah.
is good enough to do that.
I've
Mad
dude,
respect.
dude, I've gone down like a YouTube rabbit hole of watching some of this arm wrestling shit. It is insane. The intensity is fucking crazy. These dudes' fucking biceps are preposterously massive. And just like the look of distress and exertion on their face
Mhm.
as they're competing is preposterous. You got to check it out. It's crazy.
I will. I did your friends when you were growing up. This is an NFL comedy podcast, by the way. We'll get into that eventually. But when you we're also Bears fans, so we tried not to talk about it. But and I'm Andrew. I don't know if I ever said that, but when you were growing up, did your friends? I imagine everybody has done an arm wrestle, right? Like your friends would,
Oh yeah.
you
Oh
know,
yeah.
uh, challenge you to an arm wrestle. Dude, arm wrestles
Mhm.
are not easy. You always think that they're going to be easy,
No.
even if you think you're stronger than the other person. It is such a hard fucking thing to be good at because A,
Oh
you
yeah.
have to keep your elbow on the fucking table, and then B, you have to have the will and the stamina to fucking fight the whole time. It's basically a
Oh
stamina
yeah.
battle more than anything.
It
Sometimes you
is.
can get by on sheer strength, but even people that I definitely know, like I'm technically stronger than, could like still beat me. I don't
Yeah.
know the last time I arm wrestled. It's not really a thing that I go out and I go do. It's not
Oh
really. I'm not gonna go home on a Sunday night and be like, let's arm wrestle for fun tonight, y'all.
no.
But it
I
is
haven't.
mad respect, dude, for those people who can do it. It's kind of like handball and all those other weird fucking sports.
Yeah. I mean, I know there is like there's specific technique for it. Like one of the things you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like turn your wrist into them, which
Mm,
like helps defeat some of their leverage and gives you better leverage.
mm,
So like I knew that one thing when I arm wrestled, like
mm.
when I would do it in like I don't know middle school, high school, whatever the fuck, and you do that, it made it a lot easier to just win. Not that
Yeah.
it was easy, but most people just didn't know that, so I figured just do it, just win.
You had
Like
the.
I'm not stronger than you. I
Oh
just
my
know what
god.
to do. Like I just know what to
God.
do, so I'm gonna win.
Did you have people too that used to do? I imagine you'd have people who were doing this, like the knife game or the knife song or whatever.
Oh my, the five finger fillet or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly.
Holy shit.
I think it's gone through different versions.
Dude, yeah, that just brought back a memory for me. There's this one kid, I think his name was like Tanner, and he would do that in class with a pen. And he would try and do it super fast, and he would always
Ooh,
like stab himself and then
yeah.
just scream out extremely loud in class. I think he actually got ink poisoning from doing it. He had to go
Yeah,
to the
dude.
hospital one day because his entire fucking hand was just covered in like
Oh,
blue ink because he
bro,
kept
yeah.
stabbing himself violently and
Uh,
screaming in like the middle of a tech class.
was that high school?
So fucked. No, that was like middle school.
Middle school? Okay, because
He was probably like seventh grade, eighth grade, maybe.
he was too old to be be doing that shit,
Oh yeah,
basically.
he had a rough home life.
Okay, yeah, it's
I
probably how
think it
he
was
could
probably a cry for attention. That's probably
do.
what that was, but it
Cry
was
for
very,
help.
very funny.
If you get injured on the school grounds, they have to pay your insurance bills. But I don't think that's actually true. Maybe that's what he thought, or maybe he just really needed help, but he didn't know how to. really speak
No,
up for
I think it
himself.
was just that his like dad was a heroin addict in prison, so like that was just like what he needed to do. I think
Oh
his
my
dad like he
God.
recovered. Now he's like doing recovery shit to
Okay,
help him,
good.
so that's good.
Good.
So it's somewhat of a better story, but yeah, it
Yeah.
was rough
That
times.
that is rough. I
I think he was a Boy
remember
Scout guy. I think he was my Boy Scout troop leader at one point while doing heroin. It was fucking
oh,
wild.
that's
It was
awesome.
crazy.
That's a good example to set.
Yeah, I did that for like 1 year and hated it.
I always
But I
wanted to
think
do it
he
and I
was the
never did it.
guy. It was awful. I didn't like it. The only thing I
I
liked was the Pinewood Derby
dude,
cars. So that was cool.
that's the thing that I really wanted to do it for. I think it was second grade.
Yeah.
You go through kind of when you're in elementary school, at least in Illinois, I don't know if I assume every fucking school that is underneath like the Common Core kind of bullshit. I don't know if that has anything to do with this, but like you kind of go through like every year you kind of go through like the same intervals of like, okay, this is when you get these people to come visit you. This is when you get these people to come visit you, or they give out, flyers for donations or whatever, right? And I remember second grade being given a flyer for either the Boy Scouts or some sort of Pinewood Derby thing. And dude, I had never wanted to do anything more in my life at that point. I was a little 8-year-old Andrew just wanting to make a Pinewood Derby car. And I think I went home one day and I was like begging my parents to do it, and my dad denied me because when he was a kid, he fucking hated the Boy Scouts. He hated all
Yeah.
that shit that went with it. And I don't really regret it now. I don't. I mean, I wish I would have been given the chance. I did. It wasn't my choice to do it,
Yeah.
right? I wish I would have done it, but I'm also not sad about it. Like I'm a well-adjusted adult now. I don't think it. I don't know. If, I don't. I
Dude.
don't think it mattered that much.
Yeah. To me, it sounds like they killed what could have been a great passion and love for the automobile, but they snuffed it out before it could ever begin. Your
I know.
Pinewood Derby car dreams
Yeah.
crushed. And now you drive a Kia.
Now I drive a
It's
Kia
all over. Now you drive a Kia because you
and I
don't give a
take the
fuck about
train.
cars. And you take the train.
I'm a
But you,
woke
you could have
liberal.
had a fucking Challenger or something cool.
I could have been a
Maybe that
contender.
girl would like you more, but now it's all over. It's over. I've got a Kia.
I'm just some woke liberal who thinks there should be more trains than cars now because of the lack of the Pinewood Derby in my life. I do remember though. Did you ever go
Walkable
to
cities.
walkable? Dude, I still
I
believe.
talk about walkable cities.
Let's
Chicago,
say
you can walk through it. You'll just be shot.
you'll
It's
just be
fine.
shot, or somebody will be
Stabbed by a
trying to
migrant. You
you
know, good
sell
stuff.
you chocolate for no reason, or somebody will
Crap.
come up to you and ask you, like, they're just a normal person, they're asking you to help them. It's like, dude, fucking you're an adult, go figure it out. I don't know. uh do you remember, we will get into football eventually, but did you ever go to Home Depot on like the kid Saturdays or whatever, where you could like
Home
go
Depot.
with your dad and you could build stuff? It was kind of cool.
No, I mean, I went to Home Depot a lot just because my dad was always doing some project. So
Yeah.
he dragged me along to go help him buy shit. But we never went to like do an event there.
Hmm.
We were just buying lumber.
I don't remember how often it was. It might have been just once a month, but they used to have this thing. I don't know if it was the kids club, but it was like this kids activity you could go. I would go with my dad. I think I went with my mom a couple times, where you would go and they would give you like this set of wood and nails or whatever, and you would basically spend the hour or so that you were there putting things together. I made a Pinewood Derby car one time,
Oh, that's pretty
um,
sick.
and then I made a it was like a helmet bookshelf stopper thing. It was for
Oh,
the Super
that's cool.
Bowl. It was actually the Larry Fitzgerald Cardinals Steelers Super Bowl.
Oh, nice. That's a
So we
good
made
one.
that
Classic.
was a good Super Bowl. Yeah, probably one of the better. I mean, better than the last couple of years for sure. Fucking great. It's one of the all-time what ifs, the Super Bowls
I
too,
know.
because he was wide open on that last fucking play. But
Yeah.
made that. I also made a Pinewood Derby car with my grandfather in Iowa. He was a carpenter. When he was before he was retired. He's got this huge like wood shop in his garage, like connected to his garage, that he like basically built himself. And that he does all these projects, like basically all of our cabinets and like shelves and drawers and stuff like were things that he made because he's super ultra talented and been doing this for 60 some years or whatever, 70 years. We made Pinewood Derby cars, and I made mine White Sox themed, which
Oh,
that's basically the equivalent. That's the Pinewood Derby equivalent of getting into a crash before you get into the car.
Yeah,
So I don't, needless to say, I don't know where that, I love my grandfather. It was a great memory of making it. I don't know where that car is, and I don't really care where that car is. So
yeah.
I don't, I don't think you'll ever listen to this because he doesn't listen to podcasts, but nobody tell him.
I'm sorry, Grandpa. I don't know where the car is. I
Yeah.
treasured it. I treasured it infinitely, so much that I forgot about where I put it.
I treasured our time together making that, and he's 85 and doing pretty good. So I'm very
Still
grateful.
kicking.
But I just anything White Sox related. I do I so I'm pretty much I'm pretty sure I'll be moving out here soon, pretty soon into the city. And basically I'm cleaning stuff up, throwing stuff away, and then some of the good stuff I'm trying to sell on
Salvage.
eBay. And most of my White Sox stuff is getting fucking sold. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I can't hold on to this shit. I can't stare at it.
You're
You know,
giving up.
I'm giving up on my
Officially giving up on the White Sox.
yeah, well, because basically, at least on this era, I'll go back to them when Jerry croaks, but for right now, I just can't really get behind the whole
You can't bear it
contempt.
anymore.
Yeah, I can't really get behind the whole contempt for your fans thing, where you just hate your fans and you let them get shot and you don't do anything to make your team better and you just keep repeating the same mistakes and you talk shit about your fans. I just can't really do it. They let go of Jason Benetti this week and that was kind of the last straw for me. So
Yeah.
all of the stuff, at least from the 2020 era White Sox, the post rebuild stuff, that's pretty much all gone except for like a couple Tim Anderson things. Like I'm getting rid of that shit. I just can't fucking look at it. Um,
Yeah.
I just have all this clutter and like the least the least White Sox pain that I can feel, the better. I need to I need to get rid of that shit so quick. It's like I would be doing the same thing honestly if I had more 2018 Bears shit.
Ugh. Yeah. I don't, dude, I have barely bought any bear shit. I just can't, like, I support the team kind of, but
Mm,
I just cannot give them any money. Fuck,
no.
like, just fuck them. You fucked everything up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you money. I have some things, but they're pretty old generally.
I keep saying I'll buy something when they're good again, but that has yet to happen. So I don't think I'm gonna be spending money. I bought like a 2018, I just said I don't have 2018 stuff. I bought a 2018 shirt because it was at Goodwill
So
for like
funny.
6 bucks. I don't have a Bears shirt. I have a Bears hoodie and a hat, and that's about it. But all of my jerseys I had, I grew up with and I grew out of, and they really haven't really had a player I feel like worth getting a jersey the last 10 or so years. Even Khalil
Not
Mack, who was
really.
awesome, I never felt like he was gonna be here long enough that it would be
To
worth getting
justify it.
that jersey. Yeah. The only one that I would think about getting is, and this is just such a, well, I think this is a good way to kind of move into talking about the Bears game on Thursday night. But like, I thought about getting a Justin Fields jersey, and if he ends up staying with us, I think, yeah, I'll probably get one. Um, but I'm getting increasingly more worried they're not going to keep him, even though I think they should.
Yeah, I mean, as far as just jersey talk, I think if I had to get one of any player that's currently on the team, I'd probably get a DJ Moore jersey.
Mm-hmm.
For
He's sick.
one, I just think it would look cooler on me. Like I think I would look better in a two jersey than a one jersey.
Two's a good number, dude.
It's a good number, but I just love the way DJ plays as well. He's a dog.
Dude.
So what?
Courtney Cronin had a really good piece on him last Thursday before the game, where she talked about how the Bears understand that they need to get him the ball more because he's always open and he can just do so much. And I mean, that's fucking obvious. Like you should be throwing to him 10 times a game at least. But
Yeah,
he or some of the players talked about just how he really can feel the defense behind him. And that's how he's able to make all of these amazing yards after the catch kind of plays because he just has such an insane feel for that kind of stuff.
yeah. I mean, he's truly awesome to watch play. And the way he runs through contact is also very impressive. Like he just has very, very underrated contact balance. He
Mm-hmm.
does not go down easily. He's kind of like a running back ball.
He, I think it's a little bit ridiculous that people don't really think of him as a wide receiver one because, dude, he is so explosive.
Oh
It's
yeah, the speed is insane.
so explosive. He's got good hands. He gets open. He's always open. It feels like,
Pretty much, yeah.
you have Tyson, who I like, but Tyson is really bad about going downfield.
His downfield accuracy not the best.
No, not at all. And I think the Bears also just coach the downfield sort of aptitude that these guys have anyways
It's
out of
horrible.
them.
They don't
Like
throw over the middle of the field
no, no, and
ever.
it's they make them so scared of doing anything explosive or exciting that it just gets really grating to watch. I am so ready for Justin Fields to come back, and just because
Yeah,
I'm really sick of watching Tyson play. Um,
yeah,
Not because he's been especially bad. I think he's been all right for an undrafted D2 quarterback, and I want to keep him next year, and I want
yeah.
to continue developing him as a backup quarterback. But the whole narrative surrounding him, even fucking coming close to taking the starting spot, is so sickening. And I've been saying this for weeks. It's so sickening. It's so tiring. It's people who aren't watching the game, and also apparently don't know how to look at the score sheet because I think he's maybe had one game that he went over 200 yards passing, and that was always the slight against Fields.
Yeah. And he's thrown like what, 6 interceptions in 4 games?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's had a
Not
lot of
great.
turnovers.
A lot of turnovers, fumbles. Same shit that Fields gets accused of, but with like none of the explosiveness.
Yeah,
But he checks it down, so he's a god.
he gets the ball out fast.
Check down Charlie, just what Chicago wants and needs.
Yeah, man, it's just I am so tired of it, and I'm so ready for Justin to come back. Um, I think we should segue kind of into the game, but not really. I kind of wanted to talk about just our chances because the Bears did beat the Panthers on Thursday night, and we have their first round pick. I wanted to talk about kind of the chances at getting Marvin Harrison Jr. And if you think that's even a possibility that would be the guy we would draft at number one, because there were a lot of teams that were in the running for the number one overall pick that are now kind of out of it, or at least don't have as good of a shot anymore. Like the Cardinals won today, you know, because they for some reason brought back Kyler Murray. So there's teams that I'm I think are worse than the Panthers and will end up with a better. Well, they're not worse, but they're better than the Panthers and will end up with a better record. And also don't need a quarterback. And Marvin Harrison Jr. has been actually rising up the draft boards to number one. So, Jake, how do you see our possibility? How do you see our chances at getting MHJ?
I, well, does anyone have a worse record than Carolina?
No. So
I
the
think they're the worst record. They've
Cardinals,
only won one game, right?
yeah, they only won one game. The Cardinals won another game today.
So
That's
they're
where
2 wins, right?
two
I think the
wins.
Patriots are at 2 wins. They're
Yep.
awful.
The Giants are two wins, and the Broncos are three. Titans are three,
We're at
and
3. So are the
yeah,
Packers 3.
yep. Which I think the Packers honestly, I what is it? Is it Jordan Love's fourth year technically? I think they'll
Yeah.
pick up the fifth year on Jordan Love
Well,
and
they
roll.
already gave him a contract
Oh,
extension.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They're gonna roll with him no matter how bad they end up being this year. I think.
That seems kooky because they could possibly get a quarterback.
Oh yeah,
If they if
there's
they really
tons.
suck, they could get one. Draft one high.
They could draft,
Because he's not
uh,
very good.
no,
He's just
he
not.
sucks. No, and
He's
it would be a monumental failure to not draft somebody this year. Um, and not just because it's this year, but because Jordan Love is so bad and you're bad. It's kind of one of those things. He hasn't done enough to really show that he's good. But I am rooting for them to keep Jordan Love because he fucking sucks.
yeah, that would be ideal. But I guess back to us getting the first overall pick. Well, we currently have it.
Hmm.
So I imagine if we get the first overall pick, we'd probably trade it again.
Yeah, I know.
Um, but I
I
like Marvin Harrison Jr., but is he worth that one pick?
I don't know. It depends on who
I
we
don't know.
traded
It's
to.
like, do you trust polls with all the capital either way? I don't know. I don't feel good about this team or anything that they could do.
Yeah. I want
I
MHJ.
hate Matt Flus so much.
I know.
He makes me want to die. He looks like a corpse on the sideline, or like
He
he's running a haunted graveyard. I don't know. He looks fucked,
the
and it's just disturbing. His comments about we've got something up our sleeve. You alluded to that earlier.
yeah.
What was that? It was so weird. It was
It's
so
nothing.
strange
It
to
was
see.
nothing. Yeah.
I
Who did he think he was? Fucking Sean Payton or something?
I don't know.
It
Like,
was
bro,
so
you've
weird.
he's won like 6 games
You have the
in two
worst.
years.
You have the
He's
worst winning
ass.
percentage in Bears history, and you go,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I got something up my sleeve." And you know what ended up that being was
He's
a
worse than
1 yard
Abe
run.
Gibron. Yeah, worse than Abe Gibron.
Yeah, and that's hard, dude.
Yeah, this is bad. He made
Abe,
Matt Nagy was way better than this guy, and Matt
dude,
Nagy was awful. He
again,
was
dude.
horrible.
Yeah,
His defenses were better. Matt Nagy, the offensive guy, had better defenses.
yeah, yeah, because he actually like hired people who knew how to run a defense. Matt Eberflus doesn't know how to run a defense, dude. Like
What's
his
happening?
oh my god, dude. It's what there was at I think it was in the fourth quarter, potentially. I'm trying to remember from Thursday night. Thursday night was such a fucking we're recording this Sunday. Thursday night was such a fucking piss poor performance as usual, but um I think it was like first and 30, and I think it got to like a third and 17, and they fucking gave up the first down. And that's been all year.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
It's
They're
nuts.
the worst third down defense I've ever seen in my life.
How can you be that bad on third down? That's supposed to be the easy down for the defense.
I don't know. They play just the weakest off coverage, soft zone defense, and then they don't come up and tackle. They let them get to the sticks before they tackle them. It's remarkable.
Hot take, but whatever you're doing first and second down to create, third and longs, you should do that on fucking third down again. What do you have to lose at this point?
Yeah. Man, I hate talking about this team. They
I
give
know.
me
The
just
heebie-jeebies.
yeah. Like I feel like an ulcer.
Yeah.
They're just ugh.
You just shit
Just such a
blood
yucky ick team. I hate it. Why did I have to be born in a town
in
to
Chicago.
support
Yeah.
this fucking team?
Well, dude, and why do we have to be part of a fan base that is so, I don't want to turn anybody
Toxic,
off, but like, yeah, toxic and is so prone to just like,
com-
yeah, let's switch to
overreaction
let's
to
switch to
ball.
Bagnet. Dude, shut up. Yeah, I don't know. That's just like, have you not watched enough Bears football to know that's not the quarterback's fault?
They
You know?
never learn. They will
I-
never learn.
no, it's just gonna be the same fucking shit. It's fucking
It's Groundhog's Day. I
Sisyphus
keep
tail,
saying it. Yeah,
Groundhog's Day.
Sisyphus requires some level of success. That's why
It's
I
the
always
opposite of that.
say Sisyphus is the 49ers because they always
Hmm.
push the rock up to the NFC Championship game and then it just rolls back down. The
Yeah,
Bears never get out of first gear.
yeah.
We're always just shit.
If the Bears were a car, would they be a Jaguar, you think?
No, that would be the Jaguars.
Well, no. No, 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 no. Okay, I know because of the name, but I'm saying like, isn't Jaguar the one that like the joke is like they always like backfire, or you could like kill yourself. I don't know. They like backfire, right? Jaguars or something.
I,
There's a
I don't
good.
think that's a Jaguar specific issue. Jaguars just generally don't work. They just don't start. They're not very reliable cars
I gotta
because they're
figure it out.
British and they're English. British cars, English cars, they're famed for not working,
Hmm.
particularly in the electronics department. Like in the 60s, 70s, Lucas Electronics were fucking horrible. So they never really started or ran properly.
You ever see Mad Men, the
Yeah,
show?
I mean, I've seen like clips, but I've never actually watched the show. I know John Hamm is in it.
Yeah, it's really good. You might enjoy it. Oh, okay. This is the what I'm alluding to. This is off topic, but somebody told me I got into Mad Men, I think in 2020. Just apparently everybody else did too because of the pandemic. But there's a character. I don't know if you might get a kick out of this, but it might be a little bit morbid for anybody who hasn't seen the show. There's a character. I won't spoil who it is, but he tries to kill himself in a 1964 Jaguar XKE. So basically he
What?
sits in a garage and he tries to turn turn the car on and then
Yes.
fill the garage up with that's carbon dioxide, I guess. Uh,
Yes.
so what happens is the car either backfires or it doesn't start, and apparently that's a pretty
Yeah.
big in joke amongst car
Yeah.
people. That
Oh yeah.
in this man's last moments on the show, they got that in joke in there with the car.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah. I mean, that's what Jags do. They don't start. They
mhm.
can't even kill you properly. You try to turn it on in your garage, and it wouldn't even
Yeah,
turn over.
we are not condoning suicide
Just
at
go get
all.
the gun. Just get the gun. Get in the refrigerator. It just end it like a man.
Like Indiana Jones style.
I mean, this is the '60s. End it
Yeah,
like a man. You want some
yeah.
pussy CO2 death? Get your shotgun
Well,
out and blow the top of your skull off like a man would.
I don't know. I don't know if this is to be fair. This even just drives the point home. This guy was a British guy on the show, so I don't know if he had what it took to be a man.
Yeah. He didn't have
You
the
know,
cojones of a true American, red-blooded
yeah,
American man
we
who
did
would
win.
kill himself with in a very extremely
Yeah,
violent way.
we did. We are the Revolutionary War 1976 champions. Or
We are
1776.
nice.
I
1976,
sorry.
the 200-year reunion
200
tour.
year reign, 200-year reign. Um, I always wanted the shirt. I saw it a while ago. I always thought it was kind of funny, and now I'm like, now it's a little gauche, but I still think it's something I would maybe get like my stepdad as a joke. But it's like back to back World War champions. I thought was really funny.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
a
bet you. I
little.
bet you did.
I don't know, dude. I had a whole. I used to have this whole like list on my phone of shirts I want, and now I have too many fucking shirts, so I can't ever justify buying another shirt. I don't even have enough pants,
Yeah,
dude. I never even have
yeah. You
fucking
have
pants.
3 pairs of pants, 700 shirts.
Yeah, because pants are boring, but they actually serve more purpose, and you can kind of get more use out of it for the most part. Like you can wear. This might sound gross, but I feel like if you're wearing stuff that isn't sweatpants, if you're wearing jeans
Yeah,
or whatever, you can wear them twice a
denim
week without
lasts
washing.
well. You're not even supposed to wash denim that much.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how true this is, but I've read that like denim is really not. Even though I wash it, like I think I probably wash my jeans more than I actually need to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean I wash my jeans probably once a week, when I do
Yeah,
my laundry. I'm not like I'm not a freak and I wash stuff. I have a lot of clothes,
yeah,
but I don't wash like every 3 days. Like I also like people like that. I don't know if
no,
there are people like that, but that always seems germophobic to me.
yeah. I'm not. I'm too lazy for that. I'm not
Yeah.
washing my clothes every 3 days.
I kind of like the laundry day. Like you usually do laundry when you don't have anything else to do, or in the
Yeah,
week or whatever. Like I kind of like, you got like a timer, you get like this nice little like, organization, you go and you take your clothes out and put them in the dryer. It's like the easiest fucking thing you can do at home. Like it's the biggest home kind of work thing you can do with like the least amount of effort. Because you're not washing this shit. It's not fucking 1954. You're not washing this shit.
no, you just throw it in a drum and it spins
You
around.
don't even have to fucking measure
So
out the
good.
goddamn cleaning,
No,
shit detergent anymore.
just pour some in. It'll be
Pour some
fine.
in or use a fucking Tide Pod, if you didn't eat them
Yeah,
already.
plop, Tide Pod.
Did you ever know anybody who ate Tide Pods? Because I never fucking knew
No,
anyone. That was such a made up thing.
like some idiots on the internet did it. I mean, most of them probably died,
Oh
which
yeah.
that's good. We always need to find new and inventive ways to cull the herd, I guess. And eating a Tide Pod was like, what was that 2017's way? I can't remember what year that was, but
That was like, yeah, last few years of high school for me. Which junior year, I don't know. I don't know if this is a thing that you feel, but junior year and senior year of high school and college for me both blended into one. Um,
Yeah, they kind of did that a little bit.
I think you just kind of get to a certain point, at least like the second semester of junior year into all of senior year blended, where I feel like you just kind of feel older and like you're aware that your time is running out in
Time is
these.
nigh.
Yeah, time is nigh in either of those institutions, whether it's high school or college. I think you kind of just realize that, you don't have as much time in that institution as you once did. Eventually, especially too, like your second semester of junior year, you only have like a third of fucking shit left, if that. I don't
Yeah.
even know.
Well, dude, both
Less than a
like
quarter.
college and high school are such insignificant portions of your life. Ultimately, just in a
Hmm.
pure time frame,
Yeah,
4 years is nothing,
no, but
really.
people hold on to it more than almost any other period in their life.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
I mean, I guess because you're young, you're figuring shit out.
Yeah, and it feels like it's not going to ever get better sometimes, which I feel
Yeah.
that now. Not to open up on a fucking podcast to our 10 listeners, but like it's
The
hard.
therapy
It's hard. It's
cast.
hard. Yeah, therapy cast. I mean, basically, we started this as therapy for the Bears. Now we do everything in our power not to talk about the Bears. So hey, I listened to fucking the Adam Freeland show this week, and Nick, like
Yeah.
for half an hour, is just talking about how depressed he was. It was good fucking podcasting, dude. It's interesting to
Yeah.
hear people talk about that shit. We don't have to get into fucking too much other shit, but yeah, it's a weird thing. Like after you graduate, to kind of figure a new, sort of because you go to school, you're so used to going to school for 22 years, basically 20 years. It's hard to like figure out like a new sort of schedule, a new
Yeah.
flow of things, workflow, for all my office enjoyers out there. Not the
Yeah.
office, the sitcom, just people who work in an office.
Yeah. No, just get to work, cuck.
That's
That's reality. No.
I just want to play video games.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like I've been playing Alan Wake recently,
Oh
dude.
man.
That shit's fucking dope as fuck.
Dude, I feel like I barely ever play video games now. It sucks.
Yeah. Well, because I don't, I mean, you're a little bit more busy than I am, maybe. I don't know. I just have a
Maybe a
terrible
little.
commute though.
Yeah, I mean I don't know, maybe I have more activities that I do and shit.
Yeah. Well, I also think too, like I'm at the point where it's like I can either play like 40 hours of a video game or just watch like a bunch of 2 hour movies. And sometimes the value proposition just isn't there for me in a video game, where it's like, well, I can spend all this
Yeah.
time doing one thing, or I can spend all this time doing a million other things, which I realize it's like the same amount of time. And, it's the same issue. Like, people who like don't watch movies because they're watching like, but they'll watch like 8 episodes of a TV series, you know. Um,
Yeah.
I get that it feels more satisfying though, because when you get to like when I get to the end of a Seinfeld episode, I'm like, damn, bro, I just did something.
Do you
I
feel
did
a sense
nothing.
of accomplishment from watching
Yeah,
Seinfeld? That's
yeah.
fucked. That
Well,
is fucked.
I was last night when I was
Oh my
when I was
god.
watching Seinfeld last night, I was cleaning my room up, so that did feel a little nice. I had that as a
Okay,
background
well, at
thing.
least you
I was
achieved
watching
something.
I was watching the episode where George causes a car accident outside of Jerry's apartment when he starts parking the cars.
Oh yeah, that one's a classic.
That
Where
was so good.
one of the guys was out of town, so he was
Yeah.
just doing
Well,
the parking duty,
oh,
moving the cars from one side of the street to the other. Yeah,
I love the
classic.
part where like Jerry gets his car stolen and he calls the phone
The
car,
car
which is
phone.
the car
Yeah,
phone, which is a fucking, that doesn't exist anymore. You just use your own fucking phone. But
no.
like, the guy's like, I'm not gonna give it back. Oh, I'm gonna
Huh.
keep driving it. And then he like calls him again and he's like, and Jerry's like, yeah, it's underneath. Like he asked me a question. He's like, yeah, it's underneath that or whatever. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
I love it.
I
Like
know.
it's a hot take, but Seinfeld's really good.
Seinfeld's still the best TV show.
It's so good, dude. Like I go through periods where I'm just like, I'm not gonna watch it. And then I put it on, I'm like, oh dude, this is actually fucking genius. Like you just
Dude,
forget how
George,
fucking
yeah,
genius it is.
it is. George is still my favorite fictional character of
He's
all time.
so
Like I
funny, dude.
love George Costanza so much.
He's so apathetic, dude. It's awesome.
I know. He just embodies everything about me.
I think that's why I love Curb so much too. And I think like I definitely think I like Curb more than Seinfeld, which might be, you know, another hot take.
Curb
But
is almost too brutal.
I love
It's
Curb because it's
so
fucking
fucking
George the
hard.
show. It's George the
It is.
show.
It is. It's a great show, but like
Mhm.
sometimes this Larry makes me cringe so fucking hard.
Yeah,
He takes it to another level in that show, which
yeah.
normally I'm kind of an extremist. I like the most extreme thing.
Hmm.
But sometimes like and I do love that show, but sometimes I just it's a little too harsh to just have on in the background. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is going on?
I always
With Seinfeld,
remember.
you can use it in the background a little bit more. Like you can
Mhm.
tune in and out of it a little bit
Oh
easier.
shit, dude. Curb comes back in February.
Oh,
I didn't
that's
know that.
nice.
I knew they were doing a new
Still
season, but
cranking them out.
I
How
didn't
fucking
know
old is he now?
he's got to be
He's like
76.
75 years old.
I think he's 76 now, dude.
I mean, might be. Yeah.
He's in such good shape though, dude. Like he's never weighed more than what he's ever, what he's at now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 76. He'll be 77 next year. I mean, so he should run for president basically.
Yeah.
He's
That's
at the right age
presidential.
for it.
Yeah.
That's, fucking Bernie and Joe and Trump are all around that age. Um, Hillary's around that age too. She's no fucking spring chicken.
Hillary.
She was
Yeah.
like she was like throwing up. She had like a fucking emergency before fucking the 2016 election. Do you remember that?
I heard something about it. I
Yeah,
remember
she was
just
like
after she lost that apparently she was just locked herself in her room and just drank a shit ton of wine and berated her
yeah,
staffers.
she's also
I
76.
remember hearing about that.
No, so I think it was 9/11 in 2016 and she was at some event in New York, probably
Yeah.
probably about the New York Jets, probably not about 9/11 because that would be too obvious, obviously. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. But she got like super fucking sick. And there's a lot of speculation as to what she was sick with. I think honestly, probably what happened was she just got fucking, overheated because she was like 68 at this point. Um, but it's still one of the weirdest kind of, and she's been fine, so I don't think it was like anything horrible. But you can like kind of like see her in the video like stumble and shit. So
Heat exhaustion.
probably
Hillary's got heat exhaustion.
there's I think Angela Merkel I think is the Germany woman. She had like a whole
Yes.
shaking
The
episode.
Germany woman.
Yeah, she did you
Prime
see
Minister.
PFT had a really good tweet today about like about he's like picking the Colts because one thing you have to do in Germany if you're a Patriot is like storm Normandy or whatever because I think like one of the defensive coordinators is Norman or
Okay, that's
something. I
nice.
don't know. I don't remember the fucking tweet. It was funny. But yeah,
That game was an absolute fucking stinker
oh, I didn't even
from
watch a
what I
second of
saw.
it.
I didn't watch it, but I saw the final score was 10-6.
Yeah, dude, it was awful.
That's that is dog shit. That's even worse than the Panthers Bears game. 13-16.
Yeah, that's at least
The
almost 30
Panthers
points.
could not score at all.
Yeah.
Like
Ugh.
they were horrible. That is a pathetic football team.
Hmm.
Fans
Yeah.
must be truly on suicide watch. They if you think we have no hope, they are dead.
Yeah.
They are just dead. They have no first round pick. Their quarterback is a midget, not that
Hmm.
great. They're gonna get him killed.
Yeah. That's the part
They
that
have no
sucks.
weapons. They have no capital.
Well, and then
Their
fucking
coach is a doofus. Also looks like he should be like running a haunted graveyard.
yeah, he should be fired too. Um
Yeah, it's bad. Not
he,
good.
he looks like a graveyard.
Yes. Both he and Flus, they look like they're grave diggers in
Yeah.
a haunted graveyard.
I mean, they're digging the graves of the franchises they work for.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they were already dug, but maybe they're just digging some new ones.
Hmm.
They're digging their own, really,
Yeah.
with how pathetic their teams have been. They should both be fired.
Yeah, they're both bad. I don't know. It's funny because people thought because Frank Reich had 1 year with prime
Andrew
Andrew
Luck.
Luck, which Andrew Luck had been injured by at that point, and he did have a nice year coming back. But that is like almost the same effect that like the Adam Gase years with Peyton Manning did to Frank Reich, where now he just kind of gets by on just that alone. Um, and people will hire him forever, you know, because of that, thinking that that Frank Reich is some sort of
He's a
quarterback
guru.
whisperer. Yeah. And he made his number one pick, which I don't think he was very good in college either, but he's made his number one overall pick look like fucking Mr. Irrelevant, or
Yeah.
undrafted.
Look
He's
worse than our undrafted D2 rookie
yeah.
QB. Looked
He,
better. Not by like not dramatically so,
mm-hmm,
but looked better. Looked
yeah.
more comfortable.
Yeah, look more pro ready, I guess is really the right way to put it. Um, he just looks so scared, dude, and his passes are like wounded ducks.
A lot of errant ones he cannot see.
No, no, he can't see over his line. He's got
And
no
he's not
arm
that
strength.
fast.
No. I don't get why other than the fact that he went to Alabama and I think he won the Heisman, I I
He was
don't
very good at
see.
Alabama, but it's college football. College football is very different.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it with Caleb Williams' offensive line where your offensive line
I
is just a fucking world beater,
I
you
want
know.
nothing to do with Caleb Williams.
Yeah, little bitch boy.
I
They
hate
lost
everything
again this
about him.
week.
He is a little bitch. I
I
don't like
fucking
him.
I think it's gonna be so awesome. Caleb Williams won't be there next year, but when USC is getting kicked in the butt by shitty Big Ten schools next year, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, they're not. It doesn't look like they're gonna do very well.
No, well, dude, their defense is horrible. They fired their
They
DC about 2 years too late. I think last week. Caleb Williams cried to his mom last week. I don't know if he did anything this week. I try not to pay attention to him anymore.
He's been crying nonstop.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
I've never seen a quarterback cry more.
It's yeah, I don't he doesn't have that dude does not have what it takes to be a Bears quarterback. Not that there's some fucking
Fuck
level you have
no.
to
That guy would be
reach.
yeah, no.
Yeah, but
Mentally broken.
you are gonna be fucking massacred by the guy who calls you fucking, you know, Cuck Williams or something on the fucking radio. We should come up with a fucking shitty ass name for Kayla Williams, like Tyler Baguette, is like what they call Tyson Bagent. Mitch Trubinsky, like Kayla Williams, we're gonna have to come with some shitty name for him. If he even comes close to the Bears franchise, so we can make fun of him.
Yeah, I don't know if they could even fuck it up. I don't even know if retarded Bears fans could fuck it up that bad.
Kayla
Really.
Williams. They're gonna call him like
Williams,
Williams. Yeah.
maybe.
Millions or something. I don't know. Something stupid. I don't I think he'll be fine somewhere else. I'm not convinced he's very good. Besides, I know he was good last year, but I think following up a Heisman year with like this kind of wounded duck, where his stats are fine, but you watch the tape and the dude just has a lot of issues. He's definitely not going to
Doesn't
do
have.
well with the Bears. I don't think he's going to do well if he's not put in like,
Oh, that guy looks paralyzed on the sideline.
yeah, he
That's
looks
not
bad.
good.
Yeah,
That's really not good. Jesus.
we're watching the Raiders Jets game, which is kind of a sicko move
This
on
is
a
a
Sunday
sicko,
night.
sicko, sicko game.
Yeah. Well, they had the opportunity to flex this game and possibly put like 49ers Jaguars should have been this week.
Yeah,
Um
but didn't the Jaguars get
ooh,
blown
yeah,
out?
dude. That looks bad. That might be I don't know if that's paralyzed, but that might be
Yeah.
the oh god, what's that fucking thing called? Donald Parham
Stingers.
had it. Donald Parham had it happen to him. Remember when Joe Buck said he was cold? On the
I don't
Chargers.
know.
Uh, it's like the fencing response. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, concussion hands.
Yeah, that I don't think he's paralyzed, but that I think that's the fencing response right there. Not a doctor. Hope the guy's okay. That did not look good. But that's kind of the same shit that happened to Tua. And that's the same shit that happened to Parham about 2 years ago when Joe Buck. You clearly this dude's like having a seizure like in the end zone, and Joe Buck's like, yeah, it's a little drafty here. I think he was just cold.
Joe Buck is just the worst. I can't stand him and his weird
Ugh.
horse head.
Yeah, I still like him, and I like him and Troy, but that is one of the
Troy is
most.
just the most wet blanket announcer in all of sports.
He's
He
fun
adds
though, dude.
nothing. He adds nothing.
He's
Yeah,
fun.
occasionally he's petty, but that's the best you get out of him is when he
Yeah,
just really hates someone and will rip them the entire game.
yeah. I like
But
I like when he has
yeah,
to watch a bad quarterback because he's
yeah,
on Monday Night Football now, so you don't have as much flexibility with the games, right? So like the number one game today was probably 49ers Jags on Fox, right? Like the going into it, like that's probably the one that they would have done the game for, if not Giants Cowboys. But like tomorrow he gets to watch, I think it's Broncos Bills. So he gets to either watch the really, really bad Broncos team, or there's a chance that Josh Allen has a Josh Allen week and just throws like 8 interceptions.
yeah. Oh God, the Bills have been really shit
Yeah.
this year.
Oh yeah.
I have not
They
wanted to watch them at all.
no.
Just all these teams have felt kind of shitty.
Yeah.
The Ravens had a really shitty game. They lost to Deshaun Watson
Well, I think yeah,
today.
yeah.
They
They
choked
gave up
away a
14
huge
points.
lead.
Yeah. Is Deshaun Watson back? We will not be asking that question because fuck him.
No.
But yeah, no, I think there's only one team with one loss left, and usually, there's a lot of teams with 3 losses, really good teams with 3 losses. I don't think there's any team with two left. 2 losses. Like the only team that has one loss is
Eagles.
the Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody else has like, yeah. So this, 3 losses for the Dolphins, 3 losses for the Ravens, Jaguars, Chiefs have two, so they're right there. But everybody
Yeah.
else pretty much has three. Um, Lions have two. Okay. Saints are 5 and
Yeah.
5 in their first place because the fucking Falcons are morons, dude. Arthur Smith might be the biggest asshole coach ever because, dude, somebody said that he coaches like a guy who doesn't have to worry about a job or doesn't need to fight for
Yeah.
job security. He's like the heir to like FedEx or something like that. So yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't need to.
He is one of the most bizarre coaches I've ever seen in my time watching football.
It's
He has
so weird.
zero urgency
No,
and zero desire to ever build a defense
or give
that
the ball to your
can
best
stop
players.
anyone. Yeah, he's just awful. Like he believes the quarterback position is unimportant, and that was an insane Zach Wilson run.
Oh, he's out of bounds.
Oh my God, these Raiders are shit.
Do you think
There's Aaron Rodgers.
so? There's a conspiracy now that Aaron Rodgers got injured, so they didn't have to give like fake injured, so they didn't have to give the Packers their first round. Yeah, he's out of bounds. Pick
Yeah, he is a little out of bounds. But that's insane. I can't. I don't even know if I can believe that. I would like to believe it,
that
but
fucking
it would be
Achilles.
so fucking funny.
It would be funny, and I would really appreciate it. But
I would.
Achilles don't just snap like that. You can see reverberate in
Yeah,
slow motion.
it's no, that happens. Like his rehab has seemed to be insane. Like he's walking around and throwing the ball now. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of mystical Peruvian drugs he's injecting into his veins, but they are clearly working.
It's either because he's not vaccinated, he's gonna be proven right.
Yeah.
Which
High
he's
T count, like
high,
just
yeah,
the strongest sperm to ever lift.
yeah.
Ever
Or
lift, even though he has 0 children.
he's just
He fucks
he's
supermodels
yeah,
exclusively.
he just
He
has like
is
8 kids.
he is one of the weirdest guys.
His
He is
family.
so, I just don't understand anything about him whatsoever.
No, he's even like as a Bears fan, I'm like kind of enraptured by him, dude. He just has this
I know.
presence that even when he's on Pat McAfee and he's just being a fucking dipshit, I kind of get
Dude,
why people like to listen to that shit, you know?
he's got
Um,
such cult leader vibes.
oh, dude,
That's just all I can
he's gonna
describe is he
be
feels like I feel like he's gonna go lead a cult.
yeah,
And once he's done with the NFL, he's going to literally go lead a cult somewhere.
he's gonna do the Jared Leto thing after he's done. He's gonna go,
Yeah.
fuck off to some island, in California or whatever, whatever. He's gonna go fucking somewhere and he's gonna lead a cult. You're not gonna hear. He's gonna do the darkness retreat like he did this off season. you know.
Yeah.
Um, so you know what he probably did is he probably ingested all those fucking painkillers that he ingested at halftime against the Bears in
Oh yeah.
2018, when he came back and he had a Southern accent, but
That
he's
was
just
that
doing
was
that
just
every
yeah.
hour.
Yeah, dude, that was just straight up Percocet, babe. That's all he had. All he needed in that game was
He's so
Percocet.
lucid. He's so
Yeah,
lucid. It's weird.
he
And
was.
I
Holy
just want to thank it. I want to thank my teammates for putting me here. It's just the
yeah,
weirdest shit.
wired. Homie
It's
was
so
so
weird.
wired.
I wish, dude,
Oh,
that's me after like a coffee. Like I wish like I had like football skills, because imagine how much fucking, you know, how
your
much
energy.
havoc I could wreck if I was like a quarterback and I just had a coffee, you know? And like I was, because I get like that when I'm caffeinated up. Like if I was any good at football, dude, I could
It'll
be
tee
making
up,
millions.
bro. You should just go to a boxing gym. Just start teeing off.
Dude, there's a boxing gym in Wrigley. I don't know how much it
Yeah,
is, but there's like a UFC gym.
that'd be fun.
So I
UFC's
don't.
cool.
I'll check it out.
UFC. Do you want to
UFC.
get into mixed martial arts or boxing? Which do you want? Do you want to actually fight or do you want to pretend to fight?
I don't want to. I don't want to fight. I don't want to get hit in the face.
You don't want to get hit
Uh,
in the face.
dude, I flinch when somebody
You can
comes near my
grapple.
eye. Yeah,
You
I
can do
could just.
judo or jujitsu.
I could have sex with a beautiful woman and be happy. But
You could well.
there's a lot
First,
of things.
you're gonna need to actually like talk to beautiful women, and then you're gonna actually have to charm them.
Oh, I think you're gonna say charge them. Like I was gonna have to like
No,
fucking
charm them. Well, the charging would maybe actually
come from my
work
end. I
in
well,
a weird upside down society.
it would I would have they would have to charge me, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Play a
yeah,
fucking pimp.
yeah. You're
Fucking
just uber cool,
I don't
super
know.
charming.
I don't yeah, just
So many
so
bitches
amazing. Oh
just
my God.
drowning in women.
All right, let's get these picks, dude. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
I don't
I can
know.
tell we're at the end.
Yeah,
Probably the best Thursday night football game this whole year. I'm actually really looking forward to this one. Bengals Ravens.
it should be fun. Both these teams need a fucking win.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hmm. I'm gonna take Joey being the Bengals, even though they lost to CJ Stroud today, who is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Shockingly, I did not think he would be good,
Oh,
but
dude,
he
he's been
is.
awesome.
He's insanely good.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's almost like he's in a good situation.
But he
With good
isn't.
coaches. His coaches are pretty
Like his
good.
coaches are pretty decent, but it is also their first year,
Yeah,
so
it's
it's
not a
kind of hard to
perfect.
judge. Like, but they've
Yeah,
been doing very well. They
it's
have been
not.
doing well.
It's not perfect, but it's okay, and they're supportive, which
Yeah,
is the biggest thing. I will also go with the Bengals here because I think they need to win more. I think this is they're on the road, but I just think they need the win. Today was kind of they were still in it. I think it was just kind of weird. Jamar Chase was hurt and then he went off for like a lot of yards and I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. But to go with another AFC North uh meeting, Steelers Browns.
I'll take the Steelers.
Yeah, take the Steelers too. Fuck the Browns. They're a good team. They have a good defense, but and I will include them as long as they're good and their defense is the greatest defense of all time. But fuck their quarterback to know,
Yeah,
not actually fuck him because that's kind of what got him in trouble is him not understanding the word no. But he sucks. He should go to prison.
he's a charmer.
Yeah,
He's a
he's
charm. He's just got good old fashioned charm that we don't appreciate in modern society. And maybe we should. Maybe we should appreciate a man going and aggressively
mm,
forcing women to jack him off on a massage table.
yeah. Instead of
Like
just fucking,
that let's go back to the good old days.
you were a
The Mad
fucking
Men days
athlete.
when that shit was awesome. You
Yeah.
get in your fucking E-type jag after forcing a woman to jack you off in a
Yeah.
massage parlor, and you go drink 3 brandies and go back to work.
Hmm. I like the
Like, what
idea.
happened to those days, man? When a
No,
man
that's
could be a man.
we used to be a country, dude. We used to be a
Yeah,
country. I like the idea. I don't actually like this idea because what he did was horrible, but there's a funny idea in my head of him like, you know, him like dressing up like a 1950s fucking, uh, you know, what are those fucking people called? Like clappers, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? You
A
know, like
clap? What? I have
the
no idea.
people in like the 1920s, he would dress up like that. And he like puts like a cigar in his mouth and he's like, "Hey, lady, you wanna come home with me tonight?" He's like the driving crooner, like
Oh
he's
my god.
he's that's the idea of Deshaun Watson, at least from what you're saying. He's a piece of shit in today's age though. So fuck
Yeah.
him and fuck the Browns. Go Steelers, baby. This is a disgusting game. Jets Bills.
Oh my god.
you know, these week 11 might be the worst week in terms of matchups at this point.
I hate football now. It's just
There is a point like
God.
they think that it's a good idea to add, week 17 or, 17 games, make it that. It is such a bad idea because people are always sick of it by the end.
I know. I guess I'll go with the Bills, but like I'm not confident in them.
I'm not confident either. I think I'm gonna go with the Jets just to mix it up a little bit.
All right.
Um, and then I will give you the Bills. Bucks 49ers. I'll go with the 49ers because the Bucks are fucking dead in the water.
They are. They got to win today though, but yeah, I'll take the 49ers. I can't rep this team. They stink.
Yeah,
They're very bad.
you can't rep the Niners or the
The Buccaneers.
yeah, they're
I live in this town and I cannot represent them.
are
They're just
people are people big fans down there? I think I've asked you this before. Do you
like
see stuff?
I mean there's fans, but it's not even close to like what it is in Chicago for the Bears.
Mm,
There's other teams. There's the Rays, there's the Lightning. The Lightning are probably the most popular team because they're just generally the best.
yeah, yeah, Steven Stamkos. Well, and two with
But yeah,
Florida feels
it's
like it's like an Arizona situation, right? Where it's a lot of transplants anyways. So
lots of transplants. Lots of people like they like other teams. Obviously,
yeah.
I like the Bears. But yeah, the one team that the Tampa area seems to actually like get behind is the Lightning.
Yeah, that makes sense. They won like two or three cups the last couple of years. Like they've won a
Yeah,
lot.
they had a dynasty pretty much. So
Yeah.
they're still
So
pretty good.
I imagine there's a lot more Dolphins fans there too.
There are a decent amount of Dolphins fans as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know there's gotta be a ton of Bears fans and shit down there. I
Yeah,
mean
Bears
you are.
fans, Packers fans, Cowboys fans.
Yeah. Anywhere cold.
Anything, yeah. I mean, there are Buccaneers fans, but it's just not the same level.
Yeah. They're fun though. They're a team that I like, but they're bad. So 49ers. Seahawks, Rams.
Oh, brother. Who the fuck is starting a quarterback for the Rams?
I don't know, dude. I just had to pick games that looked anything interesting.
I'll take the Seahawks, I guess,
I
because
think Carson Wentz might be starting.
oh my god, yeah, Carson Wentz. I forgot.
that
Holy shit. I don't think
might
he's
make
gonna pull
me
off the Baker Mayfield win.
that might
Carson
make
Wentz
me
is awful.
that might make me go for the Rams. I'm just kidding. I won't do that, but that would be kind of awesome, dude, if he had like an
If he
awesome
goes
game.
off, throws for 500
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah, like if he just has like like a Matt Flynn type performance, you
Oh
know.
my god, that game, Matt Flynn.
He was the second like if you didn't get Peyton Manning that offseason, your backup plan was getting Matt Flynn.
That's so
That's
funny,
kind of like the way that he was um
dude. For that
viewed
one
because
performance.
that one performance when the Lions didn't really give a fuck. I
They
think
were
they were already in the
awful.
playoffs. Their defense was bad. And then what was funny too is the team that he ended up going to, he didn't even play for it because they drafted Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
So I hope he got his bag. He probably got more money than he ever thought he was going to
he
make.
did get paid.
Um, and that was awesome too because there was like a part, of all of us that fucking were like, maybe Aaron Rodgers is a system quarterback. Maybe he's not that good, and he just had like an MVP year.
Yeah.
I think that was
He
his
has
first MVP.
Aaron Rodgers is a system quarterback, guys. He doesn't throw over the middle of the field.
Yeah, he
And
doesn't.
that's why none of our quarterbacks do.
Yeah,
As Luke Getzey says. No,
we're
do
not.
exactly what Aaron Rodgers did.
Yeah, because
Be
I
Aaron Rodgers, guys.
I made him who he was.
Yeah.
It's not just that he's like the most talented player of all time. Um, yeah. So last week I went 5-0 and you went 2-3. So after a really, 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 really rough kind of go of it, uh, coming into this week I was 20-25 and you were 21-26. Um, wait, does that match up?
Nice.
I don't know. I'll recheck it. That's kind of the idea though. Um, I'll have to go back and recount this stuff because
I'm
it's
gonna guess
two.
it's 21-24.
That's probably what it is. I'll go back
Because
and
of new
recount
math.
stuff. Yeah, that would make sense. I have to go back and just make sure that I didn't like take points away from you or whatever too. Although you and I have had both have had some awful weeks,
Some
but
atrocious
this
performances.
week currently I'm 2-2. I picked the Raiders. Doesn't look good. You are
Yeah,
1-3 at the time of this recording, so
not doing
um,
well.
we'll still be in the same kind of position next week, like a game of out of each other. Um, but I've made a comeback, dude. I was 10-25 at one point.
You were doing
So
horribly. And I've just consistently been doing horribly. It's just you were doing really bad.
oh,
Now you've
see,
done
okay.
somewhat better.
Yeah, I actually I made some money last week. That's what I'll say. But
That evens it out after all the losses.
yeah,
You're
you
still
were
really net negative.
no, yeah, I'm probably if
That's just gambling for people. Is they
yeah.
don't seem to understand. Is you're almost always just in a net negative.
Well, yeah, it's always like, man, it'd be so nice if I get like won this $200 bet. You're never gonna fucking win. Like, you're not gonna get your money back.
No.
That's when it gets really dangerous too, is when you're trying to make up for all your losses.
Yeah.
Um, I never, if I bet, and I'm not saying I do, but if I were to bet, I would never bet more than like $5 because it's just kind of whatever at that point. Like, oh yeah, if I put together all this shit, maybe I can win a lot of money. But at the same time, like, dude, I actually had a actually, I don't know if I should say that, but I just do people. I know people who have like won a lot of money and then they just like never cash it out, and then like they're like, oh, I just lost it, like that's just stupid. Cash out some of it, bro. I don't know. Doesn't seem
Yeah.
that hard to just fucking want some money back on your dumbass bets that you made.
Bro, I just keep this is off topic, but I just on the Sunday night football game, they just keep showing Las Vegas and its
Yeah.
attractions. We need to go like rent a fucking Cadillac Escalade and just drive to Vegas,
I'd be fucking down, bro. If you ever want
record
to
a
do that,
podcast in the car just while driving.
should we go to the
I've
Super
seen
Bowl like
people do
that?
that. We should, God damn it, we spend so much fucking money. We bankrupt ourselves
We've
trying to go
made
to the
zero
fucking Super Bowl.
dollars on this podcast. Should
I
we
know.
spend money on it?
No,
No, that
for
would be
no
sick
one to
though.
listen to.
I'll put that in our podcast goal list is to do like a Vegas driving
Just
pod.
go to Vegas, driving pod.
I do really want to go to Vegas at some point, dude. That would be fun.
I've never been. I would like to go out there and just see the desert.
Yeah, it'd be sick. I went to the West Coast. I know Nevada's not West Coast really, but it's kind of West Coast coded.
It's out west.
Yeah, it's out west. I went to the West Coast once and I was only at a theme park the whole time. So like I definitely want to like travel and see it. And Vegas seems really fun. I, I had a bunch of friends who went to Vegas in April for like a conference, like a communication conference through our radio station at school. They all seemed to have a really good time. They were like under rules they couldn't drink though, which is kind of lame as
It's
fuck because that's
extraordinarily whack.
yeah, that's
That's
the whole
the
point.
whole purpose of Vegas.
That's like half of it. The other half is gambling all your money away, you know?
And it's a three-part affair. It's drinking, it's gambling all your money away, and it's fucking prostitutes.
Oh yeah, it's
That's what
it's
Vegas actually is.
women dressed like nuns that have their tits out. Like that's the whole excuse me for my language, but like that's have their breasts out on the fucking strip. I also heard
Yeah,
like I
that
don't
is
know if you
pretty insane. Like the nudity laws seem different in Vegas. Like,
yeah, it doesn't count
how is this allowed?
because it doesn't count when you're in Vegas.
You're just in Vegas, you're
You
allowed to just
can
have your tits out.
you can murder a man there and it doesn't count. What happens in Vegas
Yeah.
stays in
Like
Vegas.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Just he killed a man and he left him somewhere outside of Reno or something. I don't know.
He killed a
What's the
man in
song? How was the
Reno.
song? Yeah, he
I
killed a man in
shot a
Reno.
man in Reno just to I think it's how
Watch
it
him
goes.
die.
Johnny Cash is actually a pretty good country, I'll say.
Oh, he's really some of the only good country. Not pop country's appalling, but old school country when you just wrote about wanting to kill yourself and drinking yourself to death. Now that's music.
Yeah, no,
That's country.
that's art, dude.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about your stupid glitzy truck
Hmm.
and your dumb girlfriend. No, I want to hear about your despair and wanting to kill yourself. That's what makes good music.
Well, country music now too, like they use the obnoxious like clap tracks. I don't know if you know anything about that. I it's just like you basically just hear like I'm gonna try and do it in the microphone so you can hear it like you just hear like
Yeah,
clapping in the background. I don't know if that even fucking picked up. I didn't
I
want it to
couldn't
be
hear
too loud.
any of it.
Okay, well just bear with the podcast for those few seconds. But like you just hear like
Yeah,
claps in the background, basically. It's just like this constant clapping. It's kind of like snaps too. Like it's kind of just like that. Like they'll do
yeah,
that. A lot of country doesn't want to be country anymore, and they just want to do like fucking like dubstep shit, you know?
yeah,
A lot of country now too is just about like putting a drug, roofing a girl at a party. Like that's basically what
yeah.
it is.
Oh, dude, fucking, we forget Taylor Swift was originally country. That's just what country is to me. Is it just becomes this pop weirdness
Hmm.
with this slight like country twinge.
Well, what's funny about Taylor Swift is her country was always kind of fake. Like she's from Nashville, but I
Yeah,
think she lived in Nashville, but I think she's actually originally from Pennsylvania because everybody says she's an Eagles fan. Which is funny because Jason, is Travis's brother, but
like, I feel like she never actually gave a fuck about football before any
no,
of this.
no.
So the whole
People
she's an Eagles fan, like,
people make it up.
says who? Well,
People
people have very weird parasocial relationships with her that are just it's her fan base is possibly the most deranged I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, dude. It's somebody who like I love Taylor Swift, but I am not anywhere near the level of the people who actually love her. You know, uh,
It's frightening, legitimately frightening. I could never date a woman that likes Taylor Swift. I'm sorry, I can't because it's just the cult is too strong.
I can, I okay, you can do it, but you can't. It can't be like your whole life. There's a difference between liking somebody and like what the Swifties are doing. You know,
It's
in my opinion, um, you can like I don't really like the weekend, but like I respect him. You know, um, but like
he's all right. It's fine.
he's fine, he's whatever. But like there are people who like take that to the next fucking level, dude. Like I'll put on a song, whatever, I don't care. But like, but I'm not gonna say I wouldn't date a weekend fan. I wouldn't date like a Morgan Wallen fan because the bare minimum of knowing what Morgan Wallen has said and done, and you're still a fan of that guy, sorry, but you don't deserve to have rights anymore if you're a Morgan Wallen fan, to be honest.
Okay.
You know what he like? That guy just says the N word all the time. Like it's very simple.
It's
Um,
cool guy stuff, man.
cool guy stuff. Yeah. I just think he's a huge piece of shit, and his music sucks. So if you're a fan of him, I wouldn't date you. But I'm also a 1975 fan, and I know people have a lot of sort of feelings towards Maddie Healy. And so I totally would understand. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I would understand somebody not dating me, but if you didn't want to date me because
Yeah.
of the 1975, I would get it, I guess. But Taylor, it's like it depends on the level, right? There's like you know where she's from, you know what she likes, whatever, who she dated, whatever. And you have like, I know what she fucking ate today, you know. That's a level that I just would never ever be able to reach or date, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I these people must not have jobs.
No,
For the amount
dude.
of time they dedicate to obsessing over Taylor Swift, like you cannot maintain steady employment doing
No.
that. That's a
Well,
round the clock gig.
it is around the clock gig, and also like that kind of obsession is like its own form. I'm saying this a lot about a lot of stuff, but like it's its own form of psychosis,
It
and so
is.
like it shows like you're not gonna just be like that, you're not gonna just be normal in your everyday fucking life. You're gonna show off some fucking psychotic Tyler Durden ass, you know, sensitivities and abilities, I guess.
Yeah, building pipe bombs.
Yeah,
That's
fucking
your average Taylor Swift fan is about 2 seconds away from being Ted Kaczynski in a
yeah,
hut building
fucking,
pipe bombs for
you
Taylor.
know,
They're so close to that.
hey,
Just
if it gets them,
one misstep in their day and they're in a hut
yeah,
in Oregon or something building
yeah,
pipe bombs. Montana. I think it was Montana.
yeah. If it gets to if it gets the Swifties to blow up all of the credit, I'm not
They're gonna
condoning
send
this.
pipe bombs to Congress. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what they're gonna do over them. Like something. Taylor Swift's telling me to do it.
uh,
I know. I can. I'm picking up the signals through the
yeah.
TV.
She's sending
Just in a
her
manic
brain
episode.
waves. Yeah. I mean, if there's some things that's like legitimately would be funny if the Swifties got done. Like they almost like they're kind of gonna get Ticketmaster, to not have as much power, which would be fucking great. Somebody who loves to go to concerts, like that'd be awesome. They
Weaponize the
might
Swifties.
they might get turf on all the football fields. If they get us free healthcare, dude, I will owe them my life.
That'd be
And
insane.
if they could fucking cancel student debt too, you have
I
my whole
honestly,
heart.
as fucked up as it could possibly be, the only way this country would ever have a woman president is if it's Taylor Swift. That is
Oh, dude.
literally the only woman that could ever win the presidency
Well,
in this fucking country would
because
be Taylor Swift.
if there's
And
one,
I would kill my, I would have to kill
if
myself. I
there's
would
one,
commit ritual disembowelment of seppuku,
hey, we're only two
and I
years
would kill
away.
myself.
We're only
Be
2 years
awful.
away from her being able to run.
Ugh.
Uh, if there's
I
one
feel
group
like
that's
she'd probably do it
able,
in her 40s or 50s, but yeah,
yeah, well, yeah, not after, not she's not gonna go from being the most profitable human being on the fucking face of the earth to
it's
fucking
disturbing
president.
how much
Um,
money she's made. She is so successful.
yeah, she basically stimulated the entire economy this summer, herself with her tour in
It's,
America. But
it's insane.
talking about the president thing, if there's one group of fans that one party that would be able to surely rig an entire election, like every party likes to blame the other one of doing, it is the
Yeah,
Swifties. They would be able to fucking rig that shit so quick, dude. Like they would know
yeah,
who to kill. They would know how to fucking set up the ballots, all that shit.
yeah.
They would
It'd
know how
be
to
over.
mobilize. It'd be done. But if they give me free healthcare again and cancel my student loans, I really can't complain, dude. So
Nah, I think they would. Their first decree would be make it illegal to be a man. I think that's what their first demand would be.
unless you're
There's no
Travis,
league. You're a second class
yeah,
citizen as a man.
unless you're Travis, he's the only one that
Yeah.
they allow.
Well, even they
Uh,
don't really like Travis. Here's the thing: is because Swifties are so deranged, they want Taylor to be miserable like them.
yeah,
They never want her to find happiness.
yeah.
So like they're already like triggered at
Because
Travis because she's found some degree of joy in him.
yeah,
They want her to be miserable like them.
yeah. Well, then they stopped getting music out of her too.
Yeah.
Not that you know, I like her, but it's like there's a lot of shit already to listen to. I'm
Her
not
fans
dying.
have unironically ruined like relationships in her life
Yes.
because of the
Well,
insane pressure they put on her. It's
she was
actually
dating.
disturbing.
She was, Maddie Healy has a lot of fucking issues. The lead singer of the 1975. He's got a lot of issues. I think he's a good person at heart. I think he just doesn't know how to stop doing bits, you know. But they were dating for a bit, and I'm not, I don't know all this shit, but he got in the Adam Friedland show podcast. And I think he made like one sort of racist voice, and I think he also talks shit about the Irish, which I don't know. The British, maybe you should fucking do your history and realize that the Brits and the Irish don't really like each other. It's not really that racist. I don't know. That doesn't really seem racist to me. I don't fucking know. Maybe coming from a Brit, it's a big deal. But they were dating, and then that whole
They have
podcast
beef.
happened. And then basically like they're like somebody said to Adam Friedland that she'll never or either he or she will never know peace because of him, because of Adam Friedland, and the whole Maddie Healy shit, which is like that was the most insane fucking thing I'd ever fucking seen in any sort of all these celebrity relationships that you hear about, right? Was just like how crazy this Maddie Healy thing got and how fucking stupid people got and how like they just didn't do any research in finding out that this guy is not the fucking conservative Nazi you think he is. Um,
Well, I think it's a lot of these people have zero life. They have
well, yeah,
nothing of any significance going
but
on in
but
their
then they
lives.
don't.
That they're terminally online
Yeah,
weirdos
but like if they
who,
were so online, why wouldn't they do the research on this fucking dude? Because they didn't do anything, you know?
because they have no attention span, they just flip between one TikTok to the next.
Yeah,
They have a 6-7, Jesus, a 6-second attention span.
yeah,
They're not going to do research. They just want that dopamine drip.
yeah. I don't know. I like her music a lot. She's one of my favorite artists. She's really like the only big artist that like I'm even really into. You know, like I'm not into Ariana Grande or Justin Bieber or The Weeknd or like I was never into Lady Gaga or anything, right? But this whole thing is just so exhausting. Like there's gonna be I mean, it's already happening. Like there's gonna be a clapback, you know, there's gonna be a response. People getting tired of her, which happened to her a couple of years ago, to be fair, but um, I don't know. It's just a lot.
I
Uh,
don't understand how she's this popular. Like her, like
yeah,
I don't hate her music. I'm not a fan by any means,
you're
but I don't get what's so fucking appealing about it.
on the phone with your girlfriend. I mean, it's just
It's
kind of
just like I believe it reflects a low degree of intelligence
yeah. No, dude, it's not
to just
fucking
be so obsessed with one like
yeah, one
somewhat
person.
mediocre artist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
no.
she's good for like mainstream pop music today. You know, I think she puts in more effort in like, you know, writing things that are actually somewhat artistic and kind of being introspective about herself. But she's not fucking talking heads, dude. Like she's not fucking, you know, whatever. Like she's not some fucking who's the guy that she always talks about that she tries to pattern her music off because she's nothing like him.
Dude, she's
James
a
Taylor.
businesswoman.
James Taylor.
That's what she is. She is
Oh
a
yeah.
far better businesswoman than she is a musician. It's not even close. Like she is truly like the most successful, like self-made women in business ever.
Oh yeah. No, she's
That's
really
far more
good.
of an achievement than her actual fucking music, which is
She got
just
people to buy her the
pop
same
music. It's
fucking
just
album
whatever.
twice, dude.
Yeah, she'll continue to keep getting people to do that.
Yeah, it's
She's an expert marketer. Her music's
you
just
know,
it's not the point.
yeah.
The point is her. Her persona is bigger than the actual music.
Yeah. I mean, there's a layer of respect. It's the same kind of thing with Kim Kardashian, where you kind of have to respect that, like, you know, how good they are at staying relevant, you know. Taylor
Yeah,
Swift has way more of a reason to be relevant though. Like it would putting out
she actually
music and
does do
everything.
something.
Like she has an actual talent you can point to. Um,
Yeah.
but it's still something to you have to grudgingly respect. Um, you know, the fact that Taylor Swift has been famous since she was like fucking 14, you know, and
Yeah.
only gotten more famous as the years have gone by, basically. You know, she dipped for a while, but she literally is now the most famous person. She's more famous than the fucking president, you know.
Oh yeah. She's one of the most famous people in the entire world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's it's crazy that a fucking pop star is this relevant.
Hmm. In 2023, too, where, you know, pop stars don't really matter, you know, not to,
No,
you
they
know,
come and go.
yeah, and like
She's hung around for fucking ever.
With TikTok and everything too, it's just like so the quality of your song doesn't really matter. It's just the fucking re-listenability of it. Not that those two things should go hand in hand, you know. But a lot of TikTok, a lot of songs now are just like, all right, this will sound good in a 15-second TikTok, you know. And she's kind of gone past that, which is pretty nuts. You know, this fucking Raiders Jets game sucks, dude.
It's complete ass.
It's so
Nine
bad.
three.
It's
Jesus.
disgusting. It's disgusting. It's making me want to end the podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It does feel like a good time to end this shit, though. We've been talking. We were just like
Yeah.
railing about Taylor Swift, who again I like a lot. We're just complaining about because we're just two dumb men who don't have girlfriends, but
Yeah. Just
you
cool
know,
guys.
just cool guys. You know,
A couple of cool guys bitching about Taylor Swift.
I
One of the
love
most
that.
successful people of all fucking time.
Yeah, And we're two guys who don't
Gotta
plan
give
the
it to her,
podcast
man.
out. You got to give
Gotta
it to
give
her.
it to her.
We also don't plan the podcast out, and we're always like, I don't know what we're gonna fucking talk about, and then we go longer every week. We go on
Yeah.
an hour 20. So
God. Just nothing. Absolutely nothing of
nothing,
value.
nothing of substance, dude. Not even a come town clip. But
No.
that although I think I'm gonna clip out that clip from last week that we were talking about Arch Manning,
Yeah.
coming all over,
Oh yeah. We
coming
could
for
do
you.
that about Archie and Arch Manning.
Yeah, I
Are we
might just
officially
clip it.
CTE town now? Is that
I don't know. Should we change it? We could do
I
CTE
don't know.
Town. We
We
could do.
I kind of like CTE town.
I think
It
CTE
should
Town's
be our
funny.
town.
I was
Will
also
we
thinking
would we
like
be sued? I
I
don't think
don't
we could be
know.
sued.
I don't know. I
I
did
don't think
something
it's
like I
distinct
haven't.
enough, but I kind of want to be CTE town. I
They can't
think we could
sue us
get
because
it.
it's come down. I don't. I
I
just don't
know.
know if I want to change it because of the optics of it, dude. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But I was like, CTE Town would be
What's the
good.
current optics of our brand?
Podcast 46, nothing. I don't know.
Nothing. Yeah,
CTE
I don't
Town
know.
might be the move. We'll
Just to be CTE town.
yeah, we'll probably change it, within the next week, I'm sure. I already changed we basically already changed the gist of the show. So
Yeah, I mean, we spent like half the runtime talking about Taylor Swift. Maybe
yeah,
5% of the time we talked about the Bears. So
yeah, which honestly I feel better for not doing that, not talking about the Bears. So I think this is as good a time as any to fucking end the show. I gotta go piss. So not actually, I need to figure out a way to fucking end this shit. So I feel like I've used that ending before.
oh my god.
But yeah, thanks for listening. Follow the descriptions or go to the description in the link and check everything out and talk to you guys next week. Bye.